Isn't it extraordinary? I was thinking the 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 shenanigans of the current Conservative Party, and how people are tossed out into the cold of independence after losing their mind, either in a stationary cupboard. No, not a stationary cupboard. Or or a bedroom. Oh, let's book a bedroom. We can prepare for the conference so much better in a bedroom. I'll talk to Mrs. Bone. Oh, hello. Are you Helen Harrison? You're my Gina Coladangelo, because I've just fallen in love. Well, the excuse, you may find any excuse for bad behaviour. I fell in love! Yeah, any excuse for bad behaviour. But it is nevertheless still bad behaviour. Whether you're ripping people off or giving PPE contracts to your friends in pubs, or whether you're flashing in front of your assistant, it doesn't really matter what it is, it's still bad behaviour. Now, of course, it's all alleged. Who knows whether it's true? But it's depressing, isn't it, really? Anon UK says, unfortunately, shortly after my arrival, my clothes accidentally fell off. Mrs. Bone. Tories all over. Hopefully, I don't know if it's the effect of 40-plus years of Thatcherite greed and the loss of all moral constraints on power, or if it's the after effects of public school education up until the 1960s. Oh, I don't think so. However, there's definitely a nastiness, sometimes combined with deviant or forced sexuality among Tory MPs in particular, best exemplified by the old Alan Bastard sitcom character of the 1980s. Well, yes, I don't think it's exclusive to the Tory party. I think if you remember, there were some Liberals and there have been a few Labour MPs who've been caught in what Philip Nesbitt says, Cupid stunts. Shabby stuff, house of bullies, says Simon Bamford. Well, I entirely agree, but the point is I think it's all about power. It's not about party affiliation, and I don't think it's got very much to do with education. It's to do with a lack of education and a lack of knowledge about how to behave in society. Politics comes down to a Greek word, polis, meaning city. It's the way you behave in the city when you don't know everybody. When you're in your village, you know everybody. Everybody is your uncle or your aunt, and they are forgiving in a way. They may not speak to you for 40 years, but they still love you. When you're in the city, you don't have that advantage of everyone being part of your extended family and everybody knowing exactly what you're up to. No. When you're in the city, you have to behave with politeness, another word that comes from the word for city, polis. Or indeed, you can take the Latin etymology, cives, and you can be civilized. You can behave with civility. And that is the stuff that is lacking when people attain high power and they simply haven't prepared for it. These people running our government, running our opposition, most of them have never had real jobs. Most of them have either been advisors to a sitting MP, or they've been involved in some sort of think tanking. They haven't been involved in real life. And I find it extraordinary. It doesn't matter how nice or how good they are at a distance from the pressures that most of us face. And they've squeezed into this strange world where they control others. And every so often it goes wrong. Every so often the trousers drop. Oh, Gina! Yeah, there you are. Trousers dropping. And it's not nice. It's not positive. And they can say, no, I fell in love. And then I went on SAS, if you dare. Who cares? Who cares? It's all a Peter Bone, really. It's all a display, a fantasy. This man went on and on about his wife and then left her. Why? Because he fell in love? Because he dropped his trousers? Because he fell short of the ideal that he expects of everybody else? And life doesn't revolve around negatives. Peter Bone, like so many people across Parliament, and particularly in the Conservative benches, has been hung up on the negative. Leave Brexit and everything will be better. Leave Brexit and everything remains exactly the same. The only thing that goes is your mind. It's the only thing that's gone. And tell me, Peter, your Brexit benefits. Tell me, list them, because I can't see them.